excuse me. Just noticed you there. I didn't know you guys were there already. I guess it's time to get started. Hello and welcome. I'm Cliff Gehring and welcome to another episode of Cliff Notes, the best in wellness, nutrition, sports, and so much more. Thank you for joining us. Well, coincidentally enough, our subject today has to do with what I was just doing back there, dancing, and how dancing can benefit or dancing benefits brain health. And did you know that dancing in recent studies as well as current ongoing studies show, and this is what interested me most about this topic, is we all know that dancing benefits you in body, in your health, correct? In all sorts of ways, weight loss and getting your cardio going, et cetera, But these studies that I was most particularly interested in are ones that focus on brain health and how it's been scientifically shown in multiple studies now that it improves cognitive abilities, et cetera, when you're dancing, not only just in your body, but in your brain as well. So because I want to get this right, humor me for a minute, if you will. Did you know there are certain bodies of institutes of learning as well as research and science that sometimes dedicate a great majority of their time and resources to this topic, and some almost exclusively. These include McMaster Dance Research Group in McMaster University of Canada, the Neuroscience of Dance and Health and Disability Lab in the University of Illinois, Chicago-Champaign, as well as the UCLA Movement and Performance Group in the University College of London. And McMaster Dance in particular, their labs are set up for motion capturing, neuroimaging, and physiology, focusing on this subject, very much so. So something else that really caught my attention on this subject as well is most of us know common sense-wise as we get older and age, and a lot of these studies have shown that in particular older and aging adults, the dancing helps them cognitively even more than those in the younger age groups. But what I found particularly interesting in some of the studies that I looked at is more and more they're finding that it improves cognitive functions in all age groups throughout your life cycle. But first, some of these studies that some of these groups have conducted. Study number 1 compared older adults who danced in a dance class or a structured dance routine over time versus adults who did conventional fitness routines like go to the gym and things like that. And this is what they found. Results found there were higher increases in brain volume in more regions of the brain, including the cingulate cortex, insula, corpus callosum, the sensory motor cortex. Glad I got that out finally. And what's interesting also is it showed in the same results increased levels of a neuroplasticity related biomarker in the group who participated in a dance class over time, as opposed to those adults who did exclusively the repetitive, structured, traditional workout. Now, listen, I'm not saying don't work out. I'm into the structured, conventional workout. I go to the gym all the time myself. You definitely want to keep doing that, but maybe you want to include some dance into it as a result of some of these studies now too. We're trying to find out, but what's very interesting too, this is the study that focused on all ages. And this was from the Neuroscience of Dance Systematic Review, it was called. And it showed results of multiple age groups throughout time from childhood through the aging lifespan. And it showed the same results: improved global cognition, memory and executive function, attention to detail, and overall health. And they did some of these studies in the results of using neuroimaging in particular, such as MRIs and in particular fMRIs as well. So I thought this was great stuff and reconfirmed what we already knew about the body and physical health. But now knowing that it even helps your mind, your brain, can't beat that, right? So based on that note, I'm Cliff Gehring. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Cliff Notes. I'm going to get back to it. We'll see you next time.